Welcome to Germany versus USA. Today we want to talk about foreign languages. Fremdsprachen.
So as my good friend mentioned, today we're going to be talking about foreign languages. Some of y'all might have picked up on the fact Alex speaks 17, 18 foreign languages. I speak like -1.5.
You speak German?
English is really my second language. I'm still looking for my first. But, I think it's a big difference where in America everyone, and I'm generalizing, but everyone speaks English. It's a mainstream language. And you gotta go really far away to hear some Canadian French, or to get to Mexico to really be involved in the cultures. Whereas in Europe,
we have it easier. I mean, and Europe, we should be very happy about that. Cultures are, from my house, if I go like 5 hours in different directions, I could be in Netherlands, I could be in Belgium, I could be in France, I could be almost in Poland. 10 hours, I'm down in Italy, Switzerland. And it's really easy for me to get exposed to different cultures and to different languages. And I think that makes language learning a lot easier because there's actually there's an immersion. I was in France when I was like 2 or 3 years old, and and when I learned French, I was like, yeah, to me it makes sense because I could actually use it and I could immerse in the culture.
Right, it's just everyday things too, like being over there. Here there's lots of cultures. America has so many different cultures.
The melting pot.
Right, but most of them are kept in their homes.
Right.
Where like a lot of my friends speak, different languages from the country their parents are from.
Because they're immigrants, right?
Right. But they speak English outside the household, and it's not like they have like a hangout spot for other Americans to come and be like, hey, I'm gonna pick up some Polish.
Polish culture here, come to our house.
It's really, it's a lot harder.
Like a microcosmos, for the culture.
I mean, I had not been exposed to a foreign language until I was probably 16. I had maybe heard, something here and there on the TV, but until I started taking Spanish in 10th grade, I had no exposure to it. And Mexicans started coming into Mississippi around that same time, or maybe I just became aware of them. But before that, it was just always English.
But also talking about schools, it does make a lot of sense for us. It does make sense for me as a student, to learn another language. When I learned French, we did like a French exchange program. I went to France, and I could use my language, and it was like an immediate, I learn it in class. I go out and I can use it. And I think in the US it's hard. I mean, people don't underestimate the size of the US. It's I think 23 times as big as Germany. That means if you're somewhere in the Midwest, if you go like 1,000 miles north, you're somewhere in Canada where they speak English. Or you could go to Quebec where they speak, some kind of French. And if you go down, like another 1,500 miles, you're in Mexico. And those are long distances to cover.
And then it's not
expensive
cheap.
Too.
Yeah, it's not cheap to get there. I just think too, I think y'all understand, y'all had such a good jump on us being, Europe is such close, there's so many cultures. And
densities, yeah.
Right, so close. You realize the importance, whereas the U.S. was kind of late on doing that. And, we started learning languages in high school, but I didn't take my foreign language seriously in high school. I mean, I had to pass the class, but I had no intention of learning the language. There was never in my mind, I'm going to learn Spanish. It's like, how can I get an A on this Spanish test?
Right, and the question, I think the one thing is because, why would you need Spanish really?
Yeah,
the S is huge again. And yeah, I mean, in German schools, I think now they teach English from 3rd grade, perhaps even 1st grade. I heard some teachers in kindergarten already, like numbers and stuff, like easy stuff. And then I had English in 5th grade, then I had to take Latin in 7th grade, and in 9th grade I could choose between Old Greek and French, and I chose French. So
that's really cool.
I'm really happy that they offer that kind of stuff. And again, I always knew that if I learned the language properly, I could go in my car, go on a ride for a couple of hours, and I could use it. And that helped a lot. That's a great motivation, actually.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, America's making strides. Like my cousin, her daughter goes to school in D.C., and she got offered to enter the program where she could do half the day in English, half the day in Spanish, or half the day in English, half the day in Japanese.
Oh, wow.
And so she's doing English and Spanish. And
That's cool.
And she's in elementary school. So, I mean, there are schools and programs out there, but not enough.
I have the feeling it's picking up here in the US, you know. I think language learning is becoming more and more important, and people realize how important it is, you know, with the globalization and the whole thing going on.
Yeah. The world is flat.
The world is flat, exactly. That was the show about foreign languages. I think we encourage you guys to learn as many foreign languages as you can and start as early as possible. It's going to be a lot more easier, believe me.
Take them serious in high school.
Right. Serious and fun. And yeah, you know, don't forget the culture part. That's always important. Don't just, you know, take the textbook. It's important, but also, you know, look out and see how can you immerse in the culture.
Study abroad.
Study abroad.
Y'all
You guys have a good day. Bye. Okay. Welcome to Germany versus USA, and today we want to talk about foreign languages.
I really just think that should be our new intro.